The Maillard reaction is a fascinating chemical process that plays a major role in cooking by creating complex flavors and aromas through browning. When you sear a steak, toast bread, or roast coffee beans, you are witnessing this reaction in action. Essentially, it is a reaction between amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, and reducing sugars that occurs when food is heated. This reaction produces hundreds of different flavor compounds, which are responsible for the rich, savory, and sometimes even sweet tastes that we love in cooked food. What exactly happens during the Maillard reaction? When food is heated, the amino acids and sugars undergo a series of chemical transformations. At temperatures above about 140 DEC 284 DE5, they begin to react, forming complex molecules called melanoidins. These molecules not only give food its brown color, but also create a depth of flavor that raw ingredients simply don't have. For example, the difference in taste between a raw piece of meat and one that's been seared is largely due to the Maillard reaction. This reaction is what turns the surface of the meat into a flavorful, crusty layer while sealing in juices. Why does browning enhance flavor so much? The answer lies in the variety of flavor compounds produced during the reaction. As the reaction progresses, it produces a cascade of molecules that can taste nutty, toasted, caramelized, or even slightly bitter. These compounds interact with each other to create a complex flavor profile that is much richer than the simple tastes of the original ingredients. Consider toasted marshmallows or the deep flavor of roasted coffee. These are everyday examples of the Maillard reaction at work. The Maillard reaction isn't just limited to meat, it's a key process in many different types of cooking. Roasting vegetables, baking bread, and even frying onions all rely on this reaction to develop flavor. For instance, when you roast carrots, the natural sugars caramelize, enhancing the vegetable's sweetness and creating a savory depth that is absent in raw carrots. Similarly, the golden brown crust of a well-toasted piece of bread is a direct result of the Maillard reaction, making the texture and flavor more appealing. One might ask, how can we control the Maillard reaction in our cooking? The reaction is influenced by factors such as temperature, pH, and moisture content. Higher temperatures and lower moisture levels typically accelerate the reaction, while acidic conditions can slow it down. This is why a quick sear on high heat creates a desirable crust on a steak, but boiling it in water does not. Chefs often adjust these factors to achieve the perfect balance of color and flavor. In summary, the Maillard reaction is a vital chemical process in cooking that transforms the basic components of food into a complex array of flavors and aromas. Through the reaction of amino acids and sugars at high temperatures, foods develop a brown color and enhanced taste that are key to many culinary delights. How can understanding this process change the way we cook? By knowing how temperature, moisture, and acidity affect the reaction, both amateur cooks and professional chefs can better control the flavor and texture of their dishes, leading to more delicious and well-crafted meals. The Maillard reaction refers to a chemical process that occurs when proteins and sugars in food react under heat, leading to browning. This reaction is responsible for the complex flavors and aromas found in many cooked foods. It involves a series of steps that transform simple molecules into hundreds of different flavor compounds. The process is a key factor in creating the appetizing appearance and taste of seared meats, baked goods, and roasted coffee. For example, when you toast bread, the golden brown crust develops rich, nutty flavors due to the Maillard reaction. It's like painting a picture where heat acts as the brush, transforming plain ingredients into a colorful, flavorful masterpiece. The Maillard reaction begins when amino acids and reducing sugars combine, forming a complex mixture of molecules. These molecules then undergo a series of reactions, creating intermediates that eventually lead to the formation of brown pigments known as melanoidins. This cascade of reactions produces a vast array of flavor compounds, each contributing to the overall taste profile. The reaction is highly dependent on temperature and pH, influencing the speed and outcome of the process. For example, in cooking a steak, The searing process triggers the Maillard reaction, which generates the savory flavors and browned crust characteristic of a well-cooked piece of meat. It's like a multi-step recipe where simple ingredients mix and transform into a complex dish through a series of carefully timed steps. Temperature is a critical factor that influences the rate and extent of the Maillard reaction. Higher temperatures accelerate the reaction, leading to faster browning and more intense flavor development. However, excessive heat can lead to overbrowning or burning, which may produce undesirable flavors. Maintaining an optimal temperature balance is key to achieving the desired flavor and color without compromising quality. For example, when pan-frying onions, cooking them slowly over medium heat allows the Maillard reaction to develop their sweetness and rich flavor without burning them. It's like adjusting the flame on a stove. The right heat level turns ingredients into a delicious meal, while too high a flame can spoil the dish. The Maillard reaction relies on the presence of reducing sugars and amino acids, which are the building blocks of proteins. These components react when heated, and the type of sugar or amino acid present can influence the flavor profile of the final product. Different combinations yield a variety of complex molecules that contribute unique tastes and aromas. The specific composition of a food determines how the Maillard reaction will enhance its flavor during. For example, the unique flavor of caramelized onions is due to the specific sugars and amino acids in the onions reacting over time as they brown. It's like mixing different paints together. The particular shades and intensities depend on the specific colors used, resulting in a distinct final hue during the Maillard reaction. A multitude of flavor and aroma compounds are generated, giving cooked foods their distinctive taste. These compounds include a variety of volatile molecules that are responsible for the savory, roasted, and complex notes in many dishes. The diversity of these compounds is what makes the Maillard reaction so important in culinary science. This reaction transforms bland ingredients into flavorful and aromatic foods that are highly appealing. For example, roasted coffee develops its rich aroma and complex taste due to the Maillard reaction occurring during the roasting process. It's like a symphony where each instrument adds a different sound together, creating a harmonious and memorable musical experience. Chefs leverage the Maillard reaction to enhance the taste, appearance, and texture of a wide range of foods. By controlling cooking conditions such as temperature and time, culinary experts can precisely manipulate the reaction to produce desirable flavors and colors. This knowledge allows for innovation in recipes and food presentation. The Maillard reaction is therefore a fundamental technique in both traditional and modern cooking methods. For example, searing a piece of meat to develop a crispy, flavorful crust is a classic application of the Maillard reaction in cooking. It's like a painter using different brush strokes to create depth and vibrancy in a painting. The careful application of heat brings out the best in each ingredient. While the Maillard reaction enhances flavor and appearance, excessive browning can lead to the formation of compounds that may not be desirable from a nutritional standpoint. Controlling the extent of the reaction is essential to ensure that food remains both delicious and healthy. The challenge lies in optimizing cooking methods to achieve a balance between flavor development and the preservation of nutritional quality. This delicate balance is a key focus in both culinary practice and food science research. For example, when baking, monitoring the oven temperature carefully can prevent overbrowning of bread, ensuring that it remains both tasty and nutritious. It's like seasoning a dish. You want just the right amount to enhance the flavor without overpowering the natural taste or compromising health. The pH level of food can significantly affect the rate and outcome of the Maillard reaction. A higher pH, more alkaline conditions, generally accelerates the reaction, leading to faster browning and different flavor profiles. Conversely, acidic conditions can slow down the reaction, resulting in less intense browning. Controlling the pH is a useful tool for chefs and food scientists to fine-tune the desired sensory properties of a dish. For example, adding a pinch of baking soda to onions during cooking can enhance browning and sweetness due to a slight increase in pH. It's like adjusting the brightness on a screen. Small changes in the setting can dramatically alter the overall appearance and feel of the image. Emerging research aims to further understand and control the Maillard reaction to create innovative food products with tailored flavors and textures. Advances in technology allow for precise manipulation of cooking parameters to optimize this reaction. New applications may include designing healthier foods that maintain robust flavor profiles without harmful byproducts. The continuous exploration of this reaction is shaping the future of culinary science and food technology. For example, innovative cooking appliances are being developed that can precisely control temperature and humidity, allowing home chefs to recreate professional quality browning effects. It's like having a high-tech kitchen gadget that fine-tunes every aspect of your cooking process, ensuring that each meal is perfectly balanced and delicious.